Welcome to Massage and Myotherapy Connect.
In this month's episode, we will hear from Braeden Melmer, his journey as a chiropractor and educator. Bruce Stark will discuss his conference workshops.
And Elicia Crook will give us some business tips, with Jon Adams a research update.
Carrie Newbold will give us another self-care tip.
And we hope you enjoy the show.
How I became introduced to chiropractic there. I grew up playing a lot of sports, a little different from here, ice hockey being Canadian, believe it or not, and ran into quite a few injuries, had a pretty bad one at one point where I completely blew all my hip flexors and no one could seem to really get me back, and actually some therapists made it worse. And then I was referred to a sports chiropractor who went to my school, Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, and I was quite blown away with his knowledge and how he was able to get me back to playing shape, and that's something I thought I really wanted to give back to the community as well. It kind of inspired me. So I went and did my university degree at University of Guelph in Ontario and majoring in human kinetics. And then applied to the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, got in and finished my 4-year doctorate of chiropractic there. And then continued on with further education with active release therapy courses as well as acupuncture courses. Yeah, it's a good question. There's quite a variety because I see a lot of patients all the way from a young athletic age to your typical mom and dad working 40 hours a week. So I see a lot of ankle, knee, and hip injuries with the footy players and the soccer players. A lot of wrist and elbow issues with the few tennis players that I treat. I treat a lot of runners, so you get a lot of hamstring, hip flexor issues as well, along with some gluteal dysfunction. So there's a lot of crossover, but it's good. There's a lot of variety, so it's quite nice. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of good things over here in Australia compared to Canada. A lot of similarities, I think, in the massage and myotherapy profession, as well with the chiropractic and physiotherapy profession. I think the biggest one that we've kind of gotten past in Canada, or at least pushed fairly well past, is the collaboration. Here I find there's still a lot of neck pecking at each other's profession, when really we should all just be working together to try to achieve optimal health for our patients. We're all manual practitioners. We're all maybe a little better in one realm or the other. And I think we should just be working together more so to maximize our patients' health. So yeah, I'm going to be going through assessment and treatment of conditions arising from poor posture and prolonged sitting, but it's going to extrapolate into the sports realm as well. Because I find a lot of times, yes, we want to look at the athlete or the individual in a functional way, but we still got to break it down to the basic level. And if we are struggling just through our posture and just through simple movements, we're not going to be able to move well in a more functional or a more integrated manner. So we're going to start from the basics there and then push forward and look at how we can apply this to more integrated movements in sport and activity. I think professional development is such a key factor in manual practitioners and just in health practitioners in general, because I mean, we evolve, research changes, and we got to stay up to date with that. You know, techniques that we were taught maybe 5 years ago have now evolved to a new level, and we need to stay up to date with that, because that's going to keep us moving forward and allow us to treat our patients the best we can. Otherwise, you know, we're kind of holding on to maybe some old theories that have now had a change of thought, and that's going to be able to open up doors and maybe allow us to look in different ways at how we treat our patients and just maximize our treatment options.
Hi, my name is Bruce Stark, and I'm presenting a hands-on workshop titled Proprioceptive Reeducation for Athletic Performance, using orthobotomy for optimum training and recovery at this year's 2018 conference on the Gold Coast. I'm an advanced trainer of a type of bodywork called orthobotomy that was developed by a British osteopath in the mid-70s. Uses gentle movement and positioning that triggers re-education of the body. I've been an advanced trainer for a number of years. I have a practice in Sydney where I work regularly with clients, and teach extensively across Australia and New Zealand. So for this workshop, my plan is to begin with some of the theory and understanding about what proprioception is about and its role in athletic training and performance and recovery. And then to go into some specific release positions, specific techniques for activating and triggering those elements. And so we'll have an opportunity to practice and explore some of the basic principles, how they're utilized, so that they can be most helpful for people with athletic training and with athletic performance. So some of the specific things that I'd like to have people take away from this particular workshop are some direct understanding of how to apply some of the techniques of orthobotomy that relate to proprioceptive reeducation that you can utilize in your practice straight away, either with athletes or with clients in general. Another thing that I'd like people to have from this is a really clear understanding of how they're starting to interact with the nervous system. What are the elements that are being triggered? How can you track that they're being triggered or not? And then how to recognize those places where there is some sort of lapse or some sort of confusion within the system, and specific things that you can do to be able to make changes or to be able to facilitate changes in their use and understanding of what's going on in their bodies. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you at the Massage and Myotherapy Australia's National Conference in the Gold Coast in June this year.
Hey guys, my name is Elicia. I'm a business coach for massage therapists and the owner of Massage Champions. We love to help therapists become fully booked week in, week out consistently without getting burnt out. And what we're going to be sharing with you today are some of those tips that can help you be consistently busy in your business. I'm going to be talking to you about the 10 words that I've used to rebook 95% of my clients throughout my entire 16-year career. The reason that this is so important, guys, is because it helps to bring certainty into your business. And often when we're working for ourselves, there's a lot of uncertainty where we don't know what next week's going to look like. And we can kind of feel like we're doing all this stuff, but we're not actually getting traction. And it comes down to being able to rebook the clients you've currently got. Now, I see this as a process that you do some marketing, your client comes in, you have a conversation, and then you see them at the end, and there's some really cool words that we say. So we start off, if somebody is out there and they've seen your marketing, they've seen something you've put out there, they've heard about you from their doctor or they've been referred to you for whatever reason, they give you a call and you make a booking. Fantastic, or they've done it online. They come in, you want to make sure that you're friendly, you're looking them in the eye, you're welcoming them into your space, telling them what you want them to do, take a seat, fill this form in, I'll be with you in a minute. Then you take them through to the treatment room. Now, one of the things that we do when we're in there is we talk about regular massage, if it's congruent to the situation. Obviously, if you're doing a relaxation massage, it's a little bit different. But basically, if we're able to have a conversation with the client in the room and say, you know, have you thought about regular massage? That feels pretty crunchy. Then just get back to what you were doing. Then when you take them out to reception, or when they've come out, they've gotten dressed and they come out to reception, the words that we use are, I'd love to see you again in a week's time. The 10 words. And basically, what you want to do once you've come out with that is just, what we do is hold the space, because the person who talks first has just lost. So if we tend to go, oh, I'd like to see you again in a week's time, it's kind of like, it's really incongruent with you as the amazing treatment that you've probably done in the treatment room. So what we want to do is come out, be really, really certain and confident, and offer the client the rebooking, because it's up to the client whether they choose to say yes or not. And so if we just hold the space by going, I'd love to see you again in a week's time, most of the time they'll go, yeah, okay, that sounds really good. Now, obviously, it's got to be congruent to the needs of the actual client themselves, but being able to hold the space will make this so much easier and ultimately help you be able to build consistency into your client base and serve your client in that space.
Hi everyone, don't forget about the fabulous discounts offered to Massage and Myotherapy Australia members. The first offer is from Firm and Fold. For all orders over $75, receive free shipping.
To get 15% off courses on Stuart Hines, visit the website and enter the promo code.
So hi, I'm Professor Jon Adams from the Faculty of Health, University of Technology, Sydney. I'm also Director of the Australian Research Centre in Complementary and Integrative Medicine. Today I'd like to give you an exciting update as members of Massage Myotherapy Australia about a big partnership and initiative that we're doing with your association, and talk to you a little bit about some of the most recent developments on that pathway. So 3-4 years ago now, we developed a research capacity building and mentorship program, a leadership program in complementary medicine. This is an international initiative. It has many, many recruited fellows competitively chosen onto the program with an interest across many, many areas of complementary medicine and therapies. As a recent development, we've recruited Assistant Professor Nikki Monk from the US, from Indiana University, to be a 13th fellow on the program, again competitively chosen from a group of people who provided submissions, to join the cohort and to be developing and thinking about not only a career pathway and Nikki's own mentorship and career development, but more importantly the wider field and its sustainability and growth. And this is something really that I think is very exciting. So just very quickly to give you an update on some of the most recent developments, the program's been running for 4 residentials. These 13 fellows, including Nikki now, meet once a year for 1 week of intensive training, presentations and workshops. And over that 3-year period since the program started, we now have over 120 peer-reviewed journal articles that have been produced just from collaborations on that program. So just to make that very clear, there are additional publications and outputs that would not have been produced in the line of normal duty and work of those individuals. Those outputs are helping build the very infrastructure, the critical evidence base in many different areas around complementary practice and healthcare, not just in Australia but around the world. And as I say, we're extremely excited that Massage Myotherapy Australia has been involved right from the very beginning of this program and is continuing with that partnership in a much more deep and sincere way as well with us, and it's very exciting what's happening. Just very quickly to provide a little bit of detail and update with Assistant Professor Nikki Monk joining the program. Nikki's official title on the program is Massage Myotherapy Australia Fellow. Her appointment on the program is directly and exclusively part of that platinum partnership between Massage Myotherapy Australia and ARCHIM. And in terms of where we see this going, already, just with the very first residential in October 2017, just gone, where Nikki has joined the other 12 fellows in an intense program of a week's activities, we've already seen major strides in developing projects around massage and myotherapy, publications which are currently being co-authored by Nikki and other colleagues and fellows on the program. And it's very exciting that there's already a big breakthrough in having some seed funding provided from an external funder here in Australia for $20,000 to look at a massage program of research and a pilot study. So things are going extremely well, and I congratulate once again Massage Myotherapy Australia for being the platinum partner with us on what I hope will be a highly impactful and influential program on research capacity in complementary medicine, as well as specific modalities such as massage and myotherapy. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carrie from Recharge Class. Today we're going to talk about releasing in the pec major with a self-massage tool. So Jess, we will just need one ball in this instance, so ours is a double, so we'll move it apart. But otherwise, again, tennis ball, things like that is perfectly wonderful. So we put one ball over the shoulder, so we've got this opposite one around in the pec. What I aim for is to be as consistent as possible, that we start near our sternum and then work towards the humerus, aiming for a few lines so you get the whole pec. So if we line you up, Jess, great. Lovely. So again, we want to find that little squat for you, and then you're loading into the wall with your hips. So that opposite, the side that you're working on, the arm that you're working on is going to be as relaxed as possible. So if we can even let that one go, yep. And yeah, so then the work is as much as possible coming from the weight of your body, not the pull in your arm. Yep. And so then you can move that ball aside and across as you need to. Even smaller movements might help to get into the sorer points. Yeah. Lovely. So it's very easy for all of us to kind of want to use that working shoulder to do the job. So as much as possible, find that the release and the relax into the wall to achieve it. Lovely.